I'm Gary Loew, and for the next 3 days, I'm the editor-in-chief of APS publications. That includes the American Philatelist, of course, and the Philatelic Literature Review, and a whole bunch of other stuff that the editorial department works on behalf of the APS and our membership. Passionate. The editorial team, all of us, consistently love what we do and work hard at getting the magazines and journals into the hands of the membership. I think you have to be passionate, not just about the technical tasks of producing 100 full color pages every month and a quarterly journal as well. It's more than about proficiency. It's also about loving the hobby, even if you're not a philatelist yourself. But another thing also is the respect that we have for the members, because they are full participants in getting this magazine produced. We get a lot of feedback, mostly positive, but some of it, let's call constructive criticism, and that's helpful too. So yeah, the team is passionate about what we do, primarily because of who we're doing it for. That's a hard question to answer because I love everything about it. But if I had to pick one thing that that really excites me about being editor-in-chief, is establishing an editorial path. In the past, and I was blessed by being given a magazine that was rock solid and really presented some top flight articles to our readers. But the idea of establishing an editorial path, a calendar that would serve as a guideline for what we set out to do, really enabled us to do some advanced planning and provide additional thought to how we were going to go about meeting our members' needs. My favorite memory doesn't come from my time as editor-in-chief, but when I was working in expertising. It was at that moment in time that I started writing the Adventures in Expertising column. And soon after I began that, Susana Mills, who for the next 3 days is deputy editor and soon to be my successor, Susana took over as editor of the columns that the directors were producing. Susana's tough. She really is. It's more than about copy editing, about proofreading and making sure that the grammar and the spelling is right. It's about ensuring that what gets published is clear and apparent thinking. So my introduction to Susana was when she was editing me. And I will tell you that I'm a better writer today because of the opportunity to work with Susana. Favorite issue? I don't really have a favorite issue, but I do have a favorite theme. And that's where I think we've taken the AP in a different direction than it has been in the past. We have always produced superior articles about stamp collecting and about postal history collecting. What we haven't done, and what our members actually told us about, was provide more of an educational platform about how to do philately, how to be a better collector. And that's the third leg of this triad of content that we need to bring to our members. So starting last February, we published the research issue, how to do your research better. And that was a joint issue with the first quarter 2021 issue of the Philatelic Literature Review. So a lot of our members who subscribe to both got a double dose. And then we followed that in March with the Collector's Buyer's Guide. And again in June with the auction issue. Collectors are pretty well experienced in buying from dealers and online nowadays for sure. But the auction world, the philatelic auction world, was something of a mystery, and that issue really clarified for a lot of our beginning and intermediate level collectors as well, how to use the auction market to continue to build a strong collection wisely. So those were the first three issues in our, let's call it our how-to theme. We followed that up just this past month in January with the issue that is specialized in stamp catalogs. And we're already receiving comments about how important that issue is going to be to our members as they grow in the hobby. So there's 4 issues right there. And then coming up in March, we've got an issue called Stamp Basics. And that's the one that I think is really going to be an eye-opener. So it's not really an issue so much that's my favorite, but a theme running through issues that we started back last February and that is going to be continuing forward from time to time. I will not be a stranger. I will be participating, well, certainly I'll be participating in the activities of the American Philatelic Society, but I'm going to be participating by continuing to send book reviews in and articles from time to time for publication in the AP and the PLR. I've become such a better philatelist because of my association, first as a member and then as a staff member of the APS. And I'm not going to let that slide because I'm retiring from this position. I'm retiring from the position. I'm not retiring from the APS.